Hey guys, welcome to Code Dhaba. You're watching Ruby Chapter 1. In this chapter, we're going to discuss some basics of Ruby programming language. So, Ruby is a powerful, flexible programming language you can use in web development to process text and to create games. It is a high level programming language. Reading and writing Ruby is easy. It is interpreted language. You don't need a compiler to write and run Ruby. It is object-oriented programming language. It allows users to manipulate data structures called objects in order to build and execute programs. Okay, so let's download Interactive Ruby, which is a software. Go to rubyinstaller.org. So press download. Okay, so these are all setups and go for the latest one. So it is for 32-bit operating system and it is for 64-bit operating system. So you need to decide which is yours. So right click on computer properties and here 32-bit operating system and system types. So download it. Okay, after downloading you need to install it. It is very easy to install, so I'm not going to show you how to install it. So let's start. Open your Interactive Ruby. So this is your Interactive Ruby window console. Okay, so this is 1 and this is 0. So 1 means this is line number 1 and 0 we are going to discuss later on. So now this is 2, that is line number 2, similarly line number 3, and these are all 0. So we will discuss it later on. Okay, let's start with assigning some values. So here num is an variable and 25 is an integer. We are assigning 25 to num. Similarly, name is a variable and Rahul is a string. We are assigning a string to that variable. We can perform some basic mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division also. 9 divided by 3 equals. Okay, after that we come to putS and print statements. So the print command just takes whatever you give it and prints it to the screen. Puts is slightly different. It add a new line after the thing you want it to print. Okay, see name and after a name we got nil, and similarly in print we got name and in front of that we got nil. So you can see putS is giving extra line and print is not giving, and you just ignore that nil. Okay, so everything in Ruby is an object. Because everything in Ruby is an object, everything in Ruby has certain built-in abilities called methods. Okay, so I'm gonna write this dot length method. So dot is used to connect a method and length is a method. So I already told you it is a built-in ability. So we got length of this Rahul string, so that is 5, RAHUL. So it's 5. Next is dot reverse method. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing. Dot reverse. Dot is used to call a method and reverse is itself a method. So reverse of my name is printed on the screen. Next is uppercase and downcase. Uppercase convert all my name which is in small letters to capital letter, and downcase will convert my capital letters into small letters. Here you can see. Comment is a piece of code which is ignored by Ruby. It is a good practice to add comments into code, especially in complex documents, to indicate sections of a document and any other notes to anyone looking at the code. So for a single line comment we use hash, but if we want to write our code in multiple lines, comment in multiple lines, we will use equals to begin, and we will end this with, we can use any number of lines, and we will end this comment with equals to end. Okay, so now our comment is ended. Ruby will not read this as it is a comment. It is just for a user to understand what he has written. Okay, let's start assigning values. I am assigning 18. It is an integer to age right now. After that we are writing 18 in a string. So string is assigned to age. Before 18 was an integer, we have assigned 18 to age. They both are different. We will discuss it later on. Okay, one of the major advantage of Ruby is we can use multiple methods with the same thing. That is, I am using 3 methods: uppercase, capitalize and reverse with a single string. Okay, so capitalize just capitalizes the first letter of my name and rest small, and reverse is my name. We can write anything in print, so it will just print it out. Okay, let's create a variable called input and write equals to gets.chomp. Okay, so gets is a Ruby method that gets input from the user. Ruby automatically adds a blank line after each bit of input. Chomp removes the extra line. Your program will run fine without chomp, but it will get a extra blank line everywhere we use it. Okay, so we can use this inputted value of variable input to show in our print screen. That is, we're going to use hash curly braces, and within them we're going to write that variable. So put as I am hashtag curly braces input. So I got I am Rahul. So it's very easy, but just remember the syntax hashtag and curly brace.